charge of all the managers in our studio on the training department. So I'm more in touch with what the manager has to do with a model to perform well online. So that's my main task. Then I have the beauty part from our studios. I'm in charge of that. Girls have to look good when they get online. So I think that's my main focus in the studio regarding the models.
I want to talk a little bit about your journey, because you have been a model and now you're running and overseeing studios and managing them. And I want to know how you got started in the industry.
People ask me about that. I wanted more money. I used to be a manager in some pubs here in Romania, and I've lost my job because I was in love and I wanted time for myself. So I took the smart decision to quit my job. And in a few months, I was without a job and without a boyfriend. I was looking for another job, and I went to interviews here in Romania, and even I was too young for the job. I was a woman in some cases, and then I saw an ad about webcam models, and I said, let's give it a try. I had an interview with one of the models from that studio, so I said, let's give it a try. So I started to work as a webcam model. I got involved with Jasmine when I started working as a trainer at the beginning, and then as a manager. Actually, I was never on Live Jasmine as a model. If I will have to go back online, I will just go on Live Jasmine. There were like different kind of sites and different kind of opportunities when I was a model. When I started, Live Jasmine was not number one. It was not the biggest platform. Right now it is, so it's a different kind of perspective. I used to work on a big platform back in the days. That platform, it's not online anymore. Right now, that site, it's an affiliate of Live Jasmine. So this is how things are happening. It used to be a big site, and right now they are just doing affiliate for Live Jasmine.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yes, to see a different kind of perspective where you can be and how can you grow. So I know Jasmine since it was a little site, and girls were not so happy to work with Live Jasmine, and right now girls are coming to the interview and say, I want to be a Jasmine model. Jasmine is sending the trend right now.
I love that. What is it that you look for in your partnerships with the studio?
We want to have happy people working with us. I understood that everyone has to be happy in this business. So you want to have the happy members, but you cannot have a happy member without a happy model. And then you cannot have a happy model if the studio is not a happy one. So this is our perspective, to have a healthy lifestyle in the studio so we can perform well. We want to keep everyone happy because that's the best service you can give to someone.
Absolutely. And I've actually interviewed a couple of the Live Jasmine members, and they've said that one thing all of them so far has said is that their favorite models, they can really tell love what they're doing. And it's not just a job. And that makes the member feel really good, you know?
Yeah, it's a saying, love what you do and you never work a day in your life. That's the meaning.
Exactly.
You cannot give someone half and not be happy with what you're giving and expect the member to give you back a lot.
Right. When you're really giving from that place of joy and love because you love what you're doing, that energy just pours out into everything. And of course, you're going to get a lot back. That's really the only way.
Yes.
What do you like the most or value the most about your partnership with Live Jasmine?
The thing that we are friends and we can communicate all the time. We are in contact with an account manager from Live Jasmine. We see the partners of Live Jasmine very often. Even we travel to them or they travel to us. We meet at summits. So communication is very important. So I think the main thing that we have as a studio is to be able to communicate with Jasmine, for them to ask us for feedback and to see that we are listened, because I can tell you a lot of things that I need and you'll say yes, 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 and in the end you're gonna say, oh, nothing is possible, so that I will not feel so happy working with you. So the Jasmine keeps us happy as well.
I like that a lot. So you feel really supported in what you need from your partnership with Jasmine.
Yes, even in that I think Jasmine is also setting the trend, because they've opened so much to the studios and they've come to us and asked us, what do you need? That's the gold question that you can ask anyone. What do you need? Not I can give you that. It's ask me what I need, listen to me, and then we can go to a common ground.
Oh, beautiful. You've mentioned a few times that Jasmine is really setting the trend in the industry. Can you
Yes.
talk to me more about that?
You can say that we have like the premium sites where Jasmine is, and we have the freemium sites. So of course they will set the trend for the premium sites. But the glamour girls got online on live Jasmine all the time. They have like new features that they are using, so all the time things are coming from Jasmine. Right now, like everybody, when you go to a summit, they are waiting to see the Jasmine presentation, the Jasmine parties. So yes, that is setting the trend and be one step ahead of everyone.
Wow. And you mentioned that right now the models want to be on Jasmine.
Yes. uh, it's one of the sites that they do know about. If they don't know too much about the industry, and I ask them at the interview, what do you know about the industry? And they tell me, I know about Live Jasmine. So girls do know about Live Jasmine. They are checking other models to see what's happening on Live Jasmine. It's a trend. So I think most of the premium studios, they have Live Jasmine as their main site, because there you have a way to get incomes and work in an environment that you like, and to be able to perform and feel appreciated. So right now Jasmine has the perfect traffic that we need in the studio, like the glamour traffic, where the models can express themselves. They can be very glamour, they can be very sophisticated, and they can show that they are in very smart woman. It's a site where you can say, I'm a lady, where you don't feel bad that you're a webcam model. Some of the models, they do have that stigma, but they feel proud when they are able to work on Live Jasmine.
That's really beautiful. You're probably in a position where you see a lot of girls' lives transformed very quickly, right? Can you talk to me about how platforms like Jasmine have empowered your models to live the life that they want to live?
I will explain you the first thing you as a woman got to feel right away. It's not a money, because you're gonna work today and you're gonna get paid in like 10 days. It's about how you can, how you feel when you get online. If you want to work on Live Jasmine, you cannot go without the makeup, with hair do a mess, and in any kind of clothes. And also Jasmine asks you to have a beautiful room behind you, so you're gonna feel like a princess when you get online, because you need to be a princess when you get online. So that's the first feeling. And then to be able to have a job where you have at least 100 men telling you every day that you're beautiful. So I don't know what other job you can have and get that feedback in real time. You can get a like on Instagram, you can get also on TikTok. But here it's a man telling you, you are beautiful, you are the most beautiful woman that I saw, you're intelligent, you're something that I was not expecting to get here. So that's self-confidence. In the first day that you get online, in the first 5 minutes, you're gonna have a man telling you you're beautiful. So how that can make you feel inside? Beautiful. So that it's helping you to develop yourself. Then to come to this kind of job and see how much you're worth. Because this job, it's about how much you are worth. So I feel beautiful, I feel appreciated, I feel confident about myself. So this is a thing that all the models are experienced.
Wow. I mean, confidence, as we know, is your foundation for everything you do in life. If you don't have confidence, you're not going to feel motivated or inspired to take risks, to move forward. And so you're right, to have this job where you have men building you up. And as a woman, we know that that's very powerful.
Yes, it's a nice perspective to see that I'm a simple girl. Maybe I was just working in a simple job. And then I have a CEO for a big company, and he's there paying to talk to me, to have my time, and he's giving me compliments. So when I go on the street, I don't get to meet that kind of people. In my group of friends, I don't get involved with that kind of men. And right now, I have someone very important, very smart, paying to get my attention and give me something back. So again, that will make you feel very special, and you understand that maybe in your life you'll get to a big event, you'll be able to talk to everyone there, and you're not gonna feel uncomfortable, because most of the time it's like, yeah, I'm going to that meeting, what I'm going to do there, I'm gonna make a fool of myself, I will not be able to talk. And right now these jobs give you that confidence. You can go to anywhere and you are able to talk with anyone about everything.
I love that. I love that. That's incredible that when I asked you how you've seen your models' lives transform, the first thing that came to your mind is just the confidence that these women have
Yes.
gained. I want to know your thoughts. You know, some models are unsure if they should start out in this industry on their own, if they should get a studio. From your perspective, your experience, and you have a lot of amazing experience in this industry, why is it important to have a studio?
Uh, you saw when we start our conversation, I needed someone to take care of my mic and my camera and my lighting. Because I'm a woman, and as much as I will say I can do anything by myself, that's not true. When it comes to technology, I'm not. If I have to go and buy a laptop, I have to ask someone. And if I need to buy lightning and do a lot of other things, I cannot do it on my own, or I will have to work a lot, put a lot of effort on it to be able to do that. So when you go to work with the studio, everything comes in your hand. So you only have to go there. They will create the accounts. They will know what kind of photos do you need to make money. What kind of profile you need to be able to make money. Then you'll have a beautiful room to work on, and you never have to worry about the design. And you have all the technology part that, from my perspective as a woman, is the hard thing. And you just go there, the studio will make you beautiful, put makeup on you, get you beautiful clothes, will train you when you get online, and you just go there and sit like this. And we're gonna have a trainer saying to you, smile. And that's a member, that's a guest, they have money, they don't have money, talk back to it, why that one is clicking, what is happening over there. And right now maybe it's time for you to go up and do a little bit of this to get more traffic. They explain you things that maybe will take you 1 year to learn. So it's cheating the system going to work with the studio. This is from my point of view. Even if I've worked in this industry for a very long time, right now, if you tell me go home and work alone, I know the training part, so there I will be good. I will know how to do my makeup and clothes. But when it comes to something it's not working, the mic, I will have not to be online. I will have to cut everything, maybe spend 3 hours to be able to do what in a studio will do it in 5 minutes. So that's my time. But if you are able to do that by yourself, it's okay to start on your own. If you're able now to learn everything and just to say, I'm a hardworking girl and I want to do it on my own, you can also do it. But if you want to have money right away, try a studio.
Incredible. And so very well said.
Try a studio.
Very, very well said. So basically, the studio is, how I see it too, is like you mentioned, even in the beginning of this call, the mic was having issues. And it's like, if you have to struggle with that yourself, then it takes away from you having the joy that we talked about, because then you might feel frustrated on the call, or you might feel frustrated with the member because you just had to spend 3 hours trying to figure out how to get something working. Whereas if you're at a studio and you have people that can come and sort it for you, then you can relax when you need to perform or talk or whatever it is.
And it's also very important to have a team. I don't know someone that uh, has become number one on something or is doing something very good on their own. It's like being an actress and you want to be in a movie and you have to be the actress, the setup designer, the DOP, the producer, and you have to do it on your own. It's very hard to just go that movie to the Oscars. You can have it, it's good for Facebook and Instagram. Maybe you're gonna get 2 likes. But if you wanna go to the Oscar, you're gonna have to have a team behind you. So no matter where you work, you need that. Let's say if you're a tennis player, they go on a court by their own. It's no one over there helping them, but they need a coach behind. They need someone to do a lot of things for them in advance to
Absolutely.
teach them. If I go and be a tennis player and I just train myself and I just play by myself, I'm not gonna be number one, never. But if I understand that I need help and I take advantage of that help, because at some point you need to take advantage of that help to be just a queen. Just give it to me and I will just do my best. It's when you're gonna become a good performer and you're gonna make a lot of money.
That makes complete sense because, as we know, everything is energy. And so when you can put all of your energy on performing or being the talent, you're going to have a lot of energy to pour onto the members, to pour onto your content, and it's going to do really well. But when you have to spend energy doing a bunch of other things, you're not going to have as much for what's really pulling in the money, the growth, everything.
Yes.
It seems that in the industry, there are some stigmas, negative stigmas, that models have a hard time in studios or aren't treated fairly. Where do you think that comes from?
The stigma inside the studio or the stigma outside the studio? The people telling you you're just a webcam model.
Let's talk about both.
Okay, then we have the stigma of being a webcam model. People from outside this industry, they don't realize what a model has to do. But this stigma also comes from us, the models. If you go and introduce yourself to someone and they ask you what's your job, and you say, let's talk about something else, or you say, I'm a webcam model, they will ask you, Why you feel like that? But if you go and say, I'm a webcam model, let me talk about my job to see how interesting it is, you're not gonna feel it as a stigma. But I think every job has a stigma. At some point, every job has a stigma. Right here, if you go and say, I'm a politician, you're gonna say, oh, you're corrupt. You don't care about the people. So maybe he's not, he's really into it. But it depends how you say it. So I think this stigma, it's about how you present your job and how do you feel about yourself. I enjoy being a model, so I never hide it from someone. I've been to the TV station and they told me, yes, but you're a webcam model, and so what? I have more money than you have, I have a beautiful life, I enjoy my life, I'm happy with what I'm doing. Are you happy with your job? Well, see, I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm doing right now. So this is about, and then it's a stigma in the studios. Yes, if you're in the wrong studio and the owner it's only about making you go online and make money for him, then you're gonna feel bad about the job that you are doing. But if you do research, you're gonna go to interviews and maybe quit the studio that you're working right now, you're gonna get into the right studio that can make you feel like a princess. They can make you feel like part of the team. Because in our studio, everyone is equal. The model, the staff, everyone is on the same page.
You talked about a few things that really stuck out to me and that I think are really powerful. And you said that cam models basically should have pride in their job and not be ashamed of it. And part of the feeling shy about what they're doing when they talk to people or trying to hide it, that is part of what's feeding the negative stigma in the industry when there's nothing to be ashamed of.
People like to judge, and people like to judge not any industry, a job they don't understand. Uh, and sometimes because models they don't open up a lot more and they are not coming forward to say I'm a webcam model. It's not helping the industry, only a few of them. So when you say 100 are webcam models but only one is talking and showing her face and 99 are hiding, you're gonna ask why. So also that it's a problem because sometimes even models they don't like the job that they are doing because not having a training on the sides, you think that you are just like a puppet in front of the camera, and if a member tells you something, you have to do it. Most of the girls, when they come to the interview, they ask me that. And if the member is asking me to do that, do I have to do it? And it's like, it's your life and your choice. So people can ask you anything in any kind of job. You can go and be a secretary, and the boss can ask you to sleep with him. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. It's the same on this industry. And people don't understand what this is about and they like to judge it.
Right. So I want to ask you now about the obvious part of the industry, which is that, of course, there is a lot of money that can be made as a cam model, and being part of a studio, that is a huge benefit of this. Can you talk to me about, even in your own personal life, some of the freedoms and maybe even luxury that has come to your life as a result of this industry?
Having money gives you freedom. So if I want to go to the seaside, I can travel. If I don't have money, I'm not able to do that. So of course, any kind of job that it's well paid will give you freedom. In my perspective, I was able to do whatever I want. I never had to lean on someone. Anything that I need, I can have it on my own. But think like this, right now we have a model, she's only 23 years old. And in 8 months, she was making $1 million on live Jasmine. So think how your life will be if you'll be able to make $1 million in 8 months and you're only 23 years old. How are you gonna feel about yourself? What's going to be your perspective? I can tell you about this girl. She has a penthouse. She has a beautiful apartment with a piano in her living room because she's playing a piano. She has a luxury car. A lot of our models, they are able to do that, to have a beautiful life, but not a beautiful life with $1,000 per month. She can have a beautiful life with $10,000 per month in her pocket. How your life will be at that point. You realize you can have everything you want. They travel to Dubai, to Paris, to any country. They can have any car they want, and they are able to invest in their future. A lot of them, they just want to be webcam models. They say, this is the job that I needed to do, but I can have other businesses. I can make my money, make more money. And some of them, they will say, I want to do this job for a couple of years and I want to invest in a business that I want to run after it, or I want to invest in a career. I had a girl and she was on the medicine school in our studio for 5 years. And one of her members knew that she wanted to finish school here in Romania and then travel to France and practice medicine. And they used to spend time in private, him teaching her uh, French, but the French that she will need for medicine. So her life changed. She had to pay like a tutor for that. No, she had a member teaching her everything that she needed to know. So this is the life that this industry will get you. This is the life that Jasmine can provide you. Because in our studio, our top models are top models on Live Jasmine, and they are making a lot of money, and they are changing. So people say that money cannot buy you happiness. It can.
I
If
agree.
you have money, you can be happy because you have the freedom of choosing. When you're poor, you don't have the freedom to choose. But when you have money, you are able to choose things in your life, and that makes you happy. If you have a beautiful house, you're gonna sleep great. If you have a beautiful car, expensive car, you're gonna feel great. If you wanna travel to somewhere, when you want to pay for something and you don't have to ask for someone, or you don't have to say, I want to have that and I have to work 10 years to get an apartment, but you can say, I want to have a beautiful apartment and I can have that in 1 year. How's your life then?
I could not agree more with everything you just said. You put into words so beautifully the truth of the industry and what's happening. I want to touch on a few of those things. First being that this industry gives the models who are part of it choice in their life. And that is something that you are absolutely right is a huge contributing factor to our happiness. I agree. People say money can't buy happiness, but it does help as far as giving you can't be happy in a life where you're worried about how to pay your bills, or you are desiring things, but you can't have them, and so this industry is giving a way for women especially, but men too, to have that choice over their life and to make money fast. You're telling me a 23-year-old is making $1 million in 8 months? I mean, that's just unheard of. And a huge part of that is because of the opportunity we have online platforms, because now one person can reach millions all over the world.
Yes.
And then when you brought up the example of the model who was getting paid essentially to learn French because her member was teaching her in private, meaning that she's making the money as opposed to her spending the money on a tutor.
Yes, and think that it's, if you think of all the story behind it, you have someone that comes to you on an adult platform to see you naked and do bad things, and they discover that you're beautiful and you're smart and you go into medicine, and because you're a webcam model, you can go to medicine, pay for school, and prepare yourself to go and practice medicine in another country. I'm just saying, this is an intelligent woman. Let me help her. So I'm paying money for her to be able to learn French and to support her future. So this is confidence. This is what gives you, this is the life that Jasmine is helping you get.
I'm so inspired by what you said. And I can tell just by talking to you and looking at you that you are an empowered woman for sure.
Yes, I've learned in this industry to love myself and that I'm able to help others. So I've been a model. I got my life better, and right now I can do that with other models. I can help them understand this business, this job. I can make them love themselves more and to understand what are the benefits of this job, because at the end you have to think about the benefits. Every job has their non-benefits and the benefits. At the end of the day, you have to look on the benefits. If you just focus on what I don't have or what it's bad in my job, you're not going to be happy. But if you look on the benefits, how those benefits are helping me to improve myself, at the end of the day, I think this is the greatest job, because I can have money, I can have compliments, I can get in touch with people that are in other way I'm not able to get there. So I have a different kind of life because one job that others are thinking are immoral. So this is
Yes.
about the perspective of life.
So well said. This industry is a life-changing industry.
Yep.
And people, especially if you're with a studio, people are going to invest in you to make sure that you reach your highest potential.
At the end of the day, if the model is making money, the studio is making money, the site is making money. So we have to work together. If I don't have support from the site, I will not be able to train my model very well. So I'm training the model well, she's making money. At the end of the day, everyone is winning. So our main focus is to have happy members and provide them a quality service. So it's our main goal, but you cannot do that without being yourself good.
That's right. So you really are surrounded by Jasmine models all the time. And I want to know from your perspective, what makes a really good and successful Jasmine model?
Someone that cares about her job. If you don't care about your job and you don't love your job, you're not going to be a good model. If you just do it halfway, it's not good enough. But someone that really cares about the member and she cares about her job, she loves herself, it's someone that can be a top model. If you just get online and say, I'm gonna get that member and all his money and I'm gonna do that, you're not gonna be a good performer. If you love your job but you don't spend too much time on your job, then you don't love it enough. So you're gonna have to spend a lot of time with your job and to love your job.
Absolutely.
To get yourself better every day, to improve the things that you are doing. I'm taking my job with me because my job is a part of me. I cannot say I'm a webcam model from 9 to 5 and then I'm not. I am all the time because I'm learning, I'm processing, I'm applying things that I've learned online, I just add it to my life. And the things that happen to my life, I just add it to my work. So you cannot separate yourself from a job that you love. Every time I meet with someone, they ask me, what is your job about? And I can say, no, I cannot talk about this because I'm on my free time. So you can only ask me when I'm at work. No, it's my life. It's like Jasmine, life in red. It's not just a part of it in red, it's life. Everything gets to be you. Like everyone that loves its job, it will take it back home and it will not only talk about work, but it will help work.
What's something you're really proud of about your career and what you've done?
No, about my career and oh, I think the first time I was proud about my job and not my career, it was when I had my first model, top model on Live Jasmine.
Mm.
It was an accomplishment for me. As my career, when I got to be the image of the site that I used to work, that was a high point of my career as a webcam model. And then working into this industry, when I saw my model's name there, number one, I was very proud. And another proud moment was when I was able to get the award for Best Cam Studio. There it was the whole team, the models and the team that we are working every day, and to get that award, it was something that I was very proud of it. And another moment was when someone from outside the industry came to me and said, "You're doing a good job. I know what you're doing. I'm not into this industry. I heard about your studio and your models." And let me say, wow, that was something that drove inside. And I was like, yeah, we are doing good.
Absolutely. When you have people that aren't even in the industry, complimenting you, that's a
Yeah.
beautiful. I want to know if there's anything about the industry that we haven't covered or talked about that you think is important for people to know.
I would love people to get the time to know more about this industry, because we take the time to do a research about other industries and to have an opinion about it, but most of the time people have opinion about our industry without doing any kind of research. It's about, I've heard from someone that heard from someone that was doing I don't know what. So they don't come and ask and they don't come and do the research. So I would love that people to do more about this, models to be more open, studios to be more open, the sites to be more open, to show others what this industry is about, what we are doing good, what we are doing bad, and not to feel ashamed of either. And this is what I would love to cover up more, like another interview for people to open up more.
Well, I certainly I think we all hope that these interviews and this series through Life in Red will start to open that door for people to be able to learn more from the people and the voices who are actually in and part of the industry. And so even by you giving us your time for this interview, you've helped to move that forward. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And maybe still on topic, uh, what I feel bad about this. People know about OnlyFans, and it's not a bad thing to perform on OnlyFans, but people don't know a lot of the sides of this industry. But it's bad to be a webcam model. It's good to be on OnlyFans, but it's bad to be a webcam model. And
Mm.
OnlyFans is doing a great marketing. I think this industry is not doing such a great marketing in promoting this industry. They are doing the marketing to get more models to be online, but they are not doing the marketing, the brand awareness marketing.
So from your perspective, you feel though that OnlyFans has been able to market their platform and their business in a way that it's become very attractive and appealing for everyone.
Yes, if you go right here on Romania on the street and you ask 10 people about OnlyFans, 9 of them they will know about OnlyFans. But if you go and ask them about a platform from those 10 person, maybe one will know about Live Jasmine. People that want to get into this industry and they do a little bit of research, they know about the sites, but that's all. About OnlyFans, you can see ads in newspaper, they will write about it, what they've done, what they haven't, and people talk about. But they don't talk about webcam platforms.
Right. We will have to see how to hopefully at some point bridge that gap, you know.
It's something that I always tell the sites that should do it. I know Live Jasmine is doing the good marketing, but most of it, it's good marketing inside the industry, not
Mm,
outside the industry. So we have to look outside the box.
mhm. Right. Like OnlyFans, like you said, they've
Yes,
put
they
them
are looking
out
outside the
every.
box. They are adult, but they are looking outside the box. Pornhub, they are doing a good marketing. Everybody knows about RedTube and Pornhub. Even they are on the adult industry, but they have nice and good marketing. We don't have. We have it very good inside our box, but not outside the box.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And potentially maybe getting some of that marketing outside the box would hopefully help to maybe educate people or have them understand the industry better. Hey, it's not actually what you think it is. It's this, you know. That is actually really wise and valuable insight. Thank you so much for sharing that.
I think we are doing steps too small, baby steps. And it's not helpful when you have like OnlyFans, they are just jumping. They are not doing baby steps.
Right. I agree.
If you think like this, you have webcam platforms like Live Jasmine and other platforms that are into this business for 20 years.
Right.
And you have this new platform, OnlyFans, that is just a baby, a few years, and everybody's talking about OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And girls performing on OnlyFans, they're not ashamed to say that.
Right.
But if they perform on Live Jasmine, most of them they are ashamed to say I'm a webcam model.
I'm curious, just curious from your perspective, do you think it's because OnlyFans was able to get so much celebrity support? Do you think that's a big part of it?
Not about celebrity support because everybody knows on OnlyFans you can make money or most of the content it's adult.
Right.
But it's the way they've presented. They only talk and their marketing was very focused on the bright points.
Right. Yeah.
OnlyFans gives you that and that and that and that, and they never ever focused on what you have to do to get that kind of content. And yes, they sell naked pictures, so what? Everybody's having it. But
Mhm.
they just have it like, that model that I'm a webcam model and I'm a webcam model. They were like, we are adult industry. Come on, make money with us.
Yeah, they were proud. Absolutely.
They never had a problem with that.
You're right. Absolutely. And that goes to your earlier point that, it's important for the models in this industry to be proud because that's exactly, I think, no, I really agree with you. That's a big part of what kind of starts breaking it down. When someone's like, no, this is what I do. What's the problem? That's exactly what the OnlyFans marketing team has essentially done. And the more you do that, the more you start convincing people, yeah, there is no problem.
The thing is, when I started in Holland, over there, it was a normal job to be a webcam model. We used to get invited to radio station, to TV station, to do ads for the site. We had like covers of the magazines. So it was nice. We used to walk on the street and people would say, "Oh, I saw you on the site." It was like, yeah, okay. I never felt like a stigma. Since the day one, I never felt like a stigma. And then I've come to Romania, and I was working here in Bucharest, and I got to a dinner with some of the models from the studio and their friends. And at some point, someone asked me, "What's your job?" And I said, "I'm a webcam model." And that moment, everybody was hurt. And I was like, "What? I'm a webcam model." And some of the girls were like, "Yeah, she just didn't say that." And I was like, "And you're just saying that you're a webcam model?" Yes, because this is what I am. You want me to tell you something else? No. How people are seeing this job. You being a beautiful girl, and one of your friends think, "Oh, she's beautiful, but she's dumb, and she's making a lot of money. But I am smarter than her. She must do something shady to get that much money. So she must be dumb and do something that she must be ashamed of." This is our perspective. If you go and say, "I've won the lottery," really you did? It's the thing that girls most of the time want to think about it. So, but she has a rich boyfriend, that's why she's not smart enough. So people think about this job, that these girls are not smart, they are not able to do anything else in their life. If it was not for this job, they would be just starving, laying down on the street starving. But this is not true. In Romania, to be able to do this job, you have to speak English. A certain level that not everyone in Romania is speaking English. And then you have to realize that these girls get in contact with men that have money. So for you to be able to have money, you have to be rich. How you can get rich? Even you're smart, or you run a business, or you have an important job. So I'm dumb and I'm speaking with the CEO and I don't know English and it's all about my body. Yes, he will come to a private, he will see me naked, performing whatever you think I'm doing. But why he's spending that much money with me? So me as a dumb girl, I'm able to get $10,000 from a CEO. Do I have to be that dumb? Go and do it yourself. Go to someone that is very rich and say, "Give me money. Because I'm beautiful, I can show you my boobs and just give me money."
Absolutely. I think you're really touching on key points, which is that exactly in the industry, there needs to be this barrier broken of the fact that it's not just this undressing. There is so much in this. You know, if you're making good money on this platform, you're smart. Okay,
Yes,
because you have to be, it there's so much to this. And I know eventually like the right answer and solution is going to be found, but it comes down to our natural power as women. These are the things that we're not taught as much anymore, but we used to be, and how to be with men. And men are, I think, essentially trying so hard to find it, and they find it online.
yes, I think it also has to do with the way we are educated. Because me as a little girl, my mom told me boys only want one thing from you: sex. And that's all. And sex is bad. So we got to the generation where sex is bad and everything has to do with it, it's bad.
Right.
Then if you're beautiful, you must be dumb.
Yep.
She's just beautiful. And that was all. And I only got back to Marilyn Monroe. I don't know how smart she was. I never knew her. I can only assume. But everybody thought she was dumb. At the end, she had the president of United States having a crush on her. He was not only having sex with her for 20 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, and then just dump her, get it back to me. He was spending time with her. What they were talking about. Because he was an educated man from a very good family. Yes, they spent time together. They had to talk, not only sex. So if they were spending 10 hours in a room, it was not 10 hours of sex. It was maybe 1 hour of sex and 9 hours of silence. He was so grateful that I have a woman next to me that can be quiet for 9 hours. No, she must be smart. So it's the same thing with webcam models.
If you could summarize in one word, what is it that the member truly wants? What would you say?
Communication. It is what we miss. It's about communication. If they don't want communication, they will go to porn. On porn sites, you can have everything that you need in any position, any girl, any everything. Why that member is not going to something that it's free?
Voices like yours are what is going to help move things forward in the industry for sure.
I wanted to do that for a very long time.
Thank you so much. So much. This has been absolutely just incredible in so many different ways. And I know that this interview is going to be very useful in moving things forward. So thank you.
I'm thanking you for this opportunity. It's something that I've always asked the sites to be able to do, to just go outside the box. And anytime you have my email and if you need something else, just let me know.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you so much also for this opportunity and have a nice weekend.
You too.